Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fathuddin bin Muhammad Salimi. My magic number is 1182570. Today I would like to share to you guys about the things that I read from the book of Principle of Journalism wrote by our lecturer Siti Suryani Osman. Okay, the things that I read from this book is by the chapter 2 is the principle of journalism from several views. A quote from the book The Element of Journalism by Bill Kovac and Tom Rosenshell in 2007. The Society of Professional Journalism, the Ethical Journalism Network (EJN), Al Jazeera Code of Ethics, BBC, that is a British Broadcasting Corporation, the Poynter Institute, Associate Press, National Public Radio, that is a NPR, and Malaysian Commons of Journalism. There is 8 of views that explain about the principle of their journalism and their principle of journalism. As the time given to me is 4 to 5 minutes, I will explain only one views from the 8 views. There is a Ethical Journalism Network, also called EJN. For your information, the EJN is a collaboration of more than 70 groups of journalists, editors, press owners, and media support from the worldwide. From this view, the EJN have 5 core principles of journalism. That is truth and accuracy, independence, fairness, and impartiality. For the fairness, most story that we found must come from 2 sides or more. While there is no obligation, story should be balanced and add context. Next, humanity. The story that we write must not be harmful or hurt anybody's feeling. Number 5 is accountability. Journalism should be more professional. That is, when we commit error, we must correct the error. Then our expression of regret must be sincerely and not cynical. Okay, next for the chapter 3, the Islamic journalism ethic. This chapter is specially to discuss the Islamic journalism ethic based on previous research conducted by scholars in journalism. And there is 7 result for the previous research. There is the first is Islamic Theory of Communication by Maulana in 2007, Islamic Journalism by Steele 2011. The third one is Ethics and Responsibility in Journalism and Islamic Perspective by Siddiqui 2012, Mission of Indonesian Journalism, Pita and Setiona 2011. Journalism Education at Islamic University by Steele 2012, Journalism Identity in Pakistan, Pinta and Nazir 2013, Journalism and the Islamic Worldview by Mukhtar in 2017. So, I will explain only one from these 7 results. That is from Islamic and Journalism by Steele 2011. Steele studied how journalists in Malaysia and Indonesia work as a journalist. It showed that Malaysian and Indonesia express the universal values of journalism but do so within an Islamic idiom. The Indonesian journalist's goal is to reach for goodness. Meanwhile, Malaysian journalists' view in terms of ethics, journalism is almost 100% the same as the goal of religion. That is to seek justice, to help poor, to promote equal distribution of wealth, and to fight against corruption. So, by the Steele, there is 4 basic elements of journalism and how Malaysian and Indonesian journalists understand them. That is, the first one is truth. The second one is balance. The third one, verification, and the fourth one is the independence from power. Okay, for the truth, the journalist said one of Indo journalism. He take example of Prophet Nabi Muhammad SAW in giving wahyu to his people. And we as a person, we as a human, if we compare between us and Prophet, we cannot be as good as him. So we try as possible to be good like him by spread the good to the people. Say one of the Indonesian journalists. Second one is verification. Okay, the verification. When you meet a fake or unreliable person with news, you have to look for verification, because if you don't, you will regret it. So because of that, I was conscious of the need of verification in his writing, said one of the Indonesian journalism. It is important to seek for the verification, because we need to find the correct story for us to publish. Okay, next is balance. In this book, it show an example from a terrorism case. Example in Palestine. Most of the case of terrorism is in Palestine. No. Next is balance. In this book, it show an example from the terrorism case. Usually, journalists will get the resources just from the police. So the info that they earn are not balanced just from one side only. As we all know, if something happen, there must be more than one sources that we must find as a journalist. So the next is independence from power. A publication that's truly Islamic cannot be controlled by political power, even an Islamic power. So in this book show another example, that is someone asked to the journalist why he wrote for Malaysian Kini rather than Harakah, the publication of the Pan-Islamic Party. His answer was, it's a party organ because it belongs to PAS. He explained, it's politicized. It is from Malaysian view. Okay, the last one is justice. From an Indonesian journalist, he said that the Prophet is a person who sent a message, and I try to be a journalist who send a message to other people. The message is what? To remind and to have a critical attitude. So if there is something that is done but that is wrong by another person or by an institution or by the government, we have to show it. And one of Indonesian journalists said that I believe that what I write, what I report, what I have done for Tempo are good things that I can be proud of after I die. That is justice view from Indonesian and Malaysian journalists. So that's all from me that I can explain to you about Principle of Journalism, Chapter 2 and Chapter 3.